Hello everyone and welcome to Media-Riffic. I'm your presenter, Wendy Wenderson. We have a wide variety of stories and trailers to showcase for you tonight. Firstly, we'll go over the anticipated upcoming movies waiting for release. To start off, Star Wars Rise of Skywalker is less than a month away from release and is set to come out on Thursday the 19th of December and will be the third film in the sequel trilogy following The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. This will also be the end of the so-called Skywalker saga, supposedly marking the end for some iconic characters. J.J. Abrams will return to direct one after previously directing The Force Awakens. Colin Trevorrow was originally set to direct Rise of Skywalker, but was replaced by Abrams. Many have speculated this is because general audience reception for Force Awakens was much better than reception for Rian Johnson's The Last Jedi. Disney felt that going with J.J. Abrams was the safer choice than giving it away to yet another director. Disney has had its fair share of director controversies. However, let's take a look at the trailer.
What we've done all this time.
What are you doing there, 3PO?
Taking one last look, sir, at my friends.
Confronting fear. It's the destiny of a Jedi. Your destiny.
We're all in this. Till the end. Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker.
Sonic the Hedgehog had its second trailer released recently and featured a redesign for Sonic. The first trailer for the movie had Sonic looking less like a blue cartoon hedgehog and more like a sleep paralysis demon with its weird human-like proportions. Just looked wrong. However, the redesign looks more in line with how people originally thought the character would look in a live-action setting. There was rightfully a lot of backlash for the original design and put pressure on the studio to go back and fix it. It caused the film to be delayed over 3 months now, set to release for the 14th of February. Let's take a look.
I'm Sonic, a little ball of super energy in an extremely handsome package. On my planet, people were always after my powers, so I came to yours. It gets a little lonely, but that's okay. I am living my best life on Earth. Ow!
That was an illegal left, by the way.
Aw, this one is cute. Let's keep him. Oh, come on! You've got car insurance, right?
Why would you throw your life away for this silly little alien?
Good time.
He's my friend.
Let's go! This is my power. And I'm using it to protect my friends. Let's go! Let's go! So, you're supposed to be Tom's best friend that he won't shut up about. Well, I don't see the appeal. That is very gross.
Frozen 2 got released this weekend. The original Frozen hit theatres in 2015 and became a cultural phenomenon. It inspired Olaf merchandise, theme park rides and a Broadway show. The theme, Let It Go, became so recognisable that even if you hadn't seen the film, you could probably sing the entire song without even looking up the lyrics. One of the film's directors even had to apologise to parents who had to listen to it over and over again. Frozen turned into one of Disney's top franchises, winning 2 Oscars and becoming the highest growing animated film of all time. If Frozen 2 manages to top the competition this weekend, this would contribute to Disney's unprecedented 2019 at the box office. By July, Disney already set the record for highest grossing year for a studio ever with Avengers Endgame, and it's had 5 films that made more than $1 billion at the box office. Frozen 2 could be the next film to join the club, but it first needs to recapture the popularity of its predecessor, which is probably very likely. Let's take a look at the follow-up.
Who are you? I'm Queen Alice.
I got this.
Okay.
It began with 2 sisters.
I woke the magical spirits at the Enchanted Forest. Okay, that's definitely not what I thought you were gonna say. But promise me we'd fix this together, okay? I promise.
Jumanji: The Next Level is the 4th film in the Jumanji franchise and a sequel to Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. The later one being the highest movie of 2018, although when you have the Dwayne Johnson, Kevin Hart and Jack Black and Karen Gillan starring in the film, maybe it's not such a surprise when it's a smash hit. So the follow-up could probably break $1 billion mark. Let's see the trailer.
This is a whole new thing. Nobody said we'd have to do a whole new thing.
New players,
We're in the wrong body.
Did I turn into a small, muscular Boy Scout?
new levels,
Not all of you will leave the game alive.
This game is so hard.
new rules.
Game has gone haywire.
You almost killed us, Eddie. Oh, what's that?
No touchy nose, pup.
Well, at least you didn't kill him.
Jumanji: The Next Level. Rated PG-13.
Todd Phillips' film Joker became the first R-rated movie to gross over $1 billion globally. However, it still has a long way to go before beating the highest grossing R-rated film domestically in North America. That record still belongs to Mel Gibson's biblical drama The Passion of the Christ, which made $370 million in North America in 2004. Joker has so far made $323 million in the US. The film could continue to build momentum as Hollywood heads further into awards season. The film won the Venice Film Festival's top prize, and critics have raved about Phoenix's performance, which has led to Oscar talk. Equally impressive is the fact that Joker is only the third movie ever to top the $1 billion without a Chinese release. The other two being fellow DC adaptations The Dark Knight and 2006's Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest. Now on to box office predictions. This week's forecast should be on your screen right now, with Frozen 2 blowing everything else away with a projected $120 million opening weekend. And coming in second is Ford vs Ferrari with an $18 million take, as well as Joker being top 10 for another week, bringing in a further $3.7 million. Well, that's it for movie news this week. After the break, we'll return to the latest news on video games. So, moving on, we have some interesting, unique news regarding the gaming scene as of late. The industry has announced many new video game titles arriving in the near future. For instance, from Naughty Dog Studios comes the next chapter in the Last of Us series, The Last of Us Part 2. Following the story of Joel and Ellie as they survive in the post-apocalyptic United States. The Last of Us Part 2 is expected to be released in May 2020 and will be a PlayStation exclusive. We will now show some footage from the reveal trailer. Enjoy.
To anything you can't handle.
Ellie! What the hell are you doing here?
You think I'd let you do this on your own?
Next on the list is CD Projekt Red open-world dystopian action-adventure game Cyberpunk 2077, featuring well-renowned actor Keanu Reeves. Cyberpunk 2077 is set to be released in April of this year on PC, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. We'll now show a clip of in-game footage.
Beyond, there are no borders. Beyond the black wall.
Cyberpunk, very interesting visuals and gameplay. Next, we have the most recent addition to the Doom franchise, Bethesda's first-person shooter, Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal is currently the 7th instalment in the series of games and has proved it's sought after, receiving the awards for Best PC Game and Best Action Game from the Game Critics Awards of E3. Doom Eternal will be released on March 2020 and will be available on PC, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Here's a snippet of gameplay.
3, 2, 1.
Plenty of Doom fans will be pleased to have another instalment of the franchise, but we are still to see if Doom Eternal will live up to expectations. And finally, Ubisoft's wacky hacker epic Watch Dogs Legion will be released in March of 2020 on PC, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One as well. Watch Dogs Legion has obtained the Best Action Adventure Game Awards from the Game Critics Awards. Here's some footage from the cinematic trailer.
It's up to us to take our city back. Thing is, we can't do it alone. We need to recruit a resistance. I know what you're thinking. Where do we start? And allow me to introduce you to the deadliest of the lot. She's not old, she's experienced. Everyone is a secret weapon. Find them, recruit them, build the resistance.
I personally can't wait until you play someone's granny in Watch Dogs, hacking the mainframe and beating up random people. Sure, it'll be loads of fun. Also in the new releases are the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. Both Sony and Microsoft felt they needed to make consoles of the future, improving them drastically compared to their previous creations. Xbox Series X has promised a streamlined gaming experience by completely reducing overall load times, supporting 8K and having frame rates of around 120 FPS. The Xbox Series X will be backwards compatible with older Xbox games. On the other side, the PS5 will also be backwards compatible with PlayStation 4 games and will have the same characteristics of the Xbox Series X, but Sony is tweaking case design to incorporate more USB slots for external devices. Both consoles are set to be released in summer of 2020, but could be pushed back. The consoles could also have a price of around £400, but no price has been announced with the game, and console announcements out of the way, let's dive into the important and interesting news stories that have reached the web pages recently. One big story is that Ubisoft shares have plunged recently, causing the company game developments to be pushed back. The company now is expecting profits of between €20 million and €50 million, which is significantly reduced target from the previous target of €480 million. The cause of this loss is blamed on Ghost Recon Breakpoint and The Division 2. Their underperformance led the company to push back the release of Gods and Monsters, Rainbow Six Quarantine, and previously mentioned Watch Dogs Legion. Google Stadia, Google's new game streaming service, will be released on the 19th of November 2019. Finally, Google Stadia has major titles such as Red Dead Redemption 2 and Mortal Kombat 11 on the service. Also, both Cyberpunk 2077 and Watch Dogs Legion will be available to play later this year. With Google Stadia's cloud-based service, Stadia's first-party games could feature levels of realism, advanced AI, and multiplayer at a scale never experienced before. One downside to Google Stadia is that gamers are finding that the service experiences tons of lag issues that Google will hopefully fix in the future. That's all for the gaming section at the moment. See you after the break with the TV section. Hello and welcome back to Media-Riffic, the Media-Riffic news show with your host Wendy Wenderson. Now in today's TV news section we will discuss the topic of subscription services, but before we get into that here are some new releases for TV shows. Starting off, we've just had the release of the new Disney show The Mandalorian, which takes place 5 years after the events of Return of the Jedi and follows a Mandalorian and his career as a bounty hunter. Here's a quick trailer.
Bounty hunting is a complicated profession. Don't you agree?
For December, we have the anticipated Witcher series that is based on the books and game series of the same name, starring Henry Cavill as one of the main protagonists in the show. Here's a teaser trailer.
I remember hearing stories about witches. Is it true what they say?
Elves are the original sorcerers of the continent. When humans and monsters arrived, elves taught the humans how to turn chaos into magic. And then the humans slaughtered them.
Chaos is the most dangerous thing in this world. But without control, chaos will kill you.
So that's all life is to you? Monsters and money?
It's all it needs to be.
Something out there waits for you.
This child will be extraordinary.
Yennefer, imagine the most powerful woman in the world. Do you have what it takes?
You've got her here. She's why they came. You can't outrun destiny just because you're terrified of it. It's coming. Find Guild of Rivia.
I can't do this without you.
No matter what you choose, you'll come out bloody.
The Witcher will be released to Netflix on December 20th. Now with your TV news covered, let's move on to the topic of subscription services. With the increase of different services, it's going to be nearly impossible to watch all your favourite shows unless, of course, you use a little something called piracy. Due to the success of popular subscription services like Netflix and Amazon Prime, many TV companies are creating their own services, such as Disney recently releasing Disney+. This gives the general public more choice than ever before to watch their favourite shows, but at a price. Typically, these subscriptions will cost around $8.99 a month on average, but some are more expensive, such as YouTube TV costing a staggering $49.99 a month, which includes a bunch of different network shows. Of course, some of these services may be pricey. There are lots of positives to subscription services, such as not having to watch terrible adverts that ruin your show or movie halfway through, and you can watch movies when you want and whenever you want, so it's not all that bad. Now, joining us, Jackal Jackson, to discuss the topic of subscription services. Jackal, don't you come?
Oh.
Go on.
Cheers.
Right, thanks for joining us today.
It's lovely to be here.
Yeah. Okay, some questions here for you. Do you use any subscription services, and if so, which ones?
I primarily Netflix, but time to time I go on to Amazon Prime.
Okay. From time to time you go on Amazon Prime?
Well, like.
Do you subscribe to Amazon Prime?
No, I've used my Mars.
Okay.
So.
What are some of the pros and cons of each subscription service that you use?
Amazon Prime's pretty bad because you have to pay for all the shows after paying for the subscription, to rent them. So I don't really get it. So illegally.
Well, there's free stuff on Amazon.
Yeah, but it's never it's not what I was looking for. I went on it specifically for some shows, but then you had to pay for them. So off to the illegal sites.
So not everything on Amazon's free, as it's gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to pay for a
After
lot of the shows.
Subscription service.
Aye.
Okay, what about Netflix? What are the pros and cons of those?
Starts off young directors with easy projects, even though they turn out terribly.
Yeah.
But it still kickstarts, some young people's careers. And the cons are it's a lot of gash on the site, a lot of terrible movies and TV shows.
Okay. How much money do you think subscription services should charge you?
I just think a tenner, overall.
Okay. How much money do you think, sorry, I've already asked you that. Do you think there's a solution or alternative to subscription services that can be used? I think you already mentioned something earlier.
Illegal torrenting of movies and TV shows,
Okay.
I think is the way forward.
Yeah, it's the future.
It is the future.
Are you at all concerned about certain subscription services keeping shows only for their service, for example, Netflix original shows?
No, because...
Okay, sorry, yeah, that's all the time we have for today. If you'd like to see more shows from us, please subscribe to our subscription service, the subscription service for only £500 a month. Goodbye.